There has been a lot of conversation around whether or not people who are abusive are aware of the fact that they are abusive. And I'm here to tell you they are very much aware of the fact that they are abusive. Hi, I'm Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed psychotherapist. I spent many years and still do to this day work with people who are abusive and perpetrate violence amongst many victims. I've worked, with the Department of Corrections, probation, pretrial. I've spent many years working with people who hurt other people, for lack of a better word, domestic violence, you name it, I've done it, sex offenders, all of that kind of stuff. And I'm here to tell you that people who are sociopaths, psychopaths, narcissistic, antisocial, however you want to refer to it, they are very aware of what they're doing, right? And they're very aware that they're harming someone else. They're also aware that they're not supposed to be doing that. And I've even worked with people who have intellectual challenges. So there may be some cognitive challenges, and they're also antisocial. So there are lots of people in prison who have some type of cognitive challenge, but they are still very aware of the difference between right and wrong and what they're supposed to be doing and what they're not supposed to be doing. It's one of the many reasons that people are abusive behind closed doors, but when they're out and about in front of people, it's like a totally different person, right? And that's why people are always like so amazed that like, oh, this person was super abusive, and, no one at their job or no one at their school or no one out in the real world would view them as an abuser because they choose to do things privately. And so that's why when you make things aware publicly, people oftentimes sort of fall by the wayside and stop doing what they know they're not supposed to be doing. Is because they're very aware that they're not supposed to be doing it. So just as an FYI, and again, and I've worked in prisons, I've gone to jails, I've kind of seen people in all different walks of life, hospitals and whatnot. And they know what they're supposed to be doing. Even in a prison system, when, people are there for acting up and doing things that they're not supposed to be doing, they are very aware of what they're not supposed to be doing. So if you hear any type of self-proclaimed expert saying that, narcissistic people, psychopaths and sociopaths and things like that, they aren't aware, they don't know and they can't help it. It's not true. In fact, it's one of the reasons also too, and I'll mention this, is why people are so charming, right? They're very charming in the beginning because they want you to lower their defenses, and they mimic or mirror you to pretend to be someone or something that they're not, because they know that they don't naturally show up this way. And so that's why they may take on your persona, steal aspects of your identity to have you to lower your defenses so that you can think, hey, this person's a lot like me. They're trustworthy. We believe in a lot of the same values and things like that. And people can carry that identity for months and for years. There's typically some cracks in the foundations, but I've worked with some very, very skilled criminals who've done a lot of heinous things over the years. And, that's why they sort of put up this facade, because they know that if they were to move and act the way that they actually wanted to, they would be locked up, and they would have been locked up a long time ago. All right, I hope that makes sense. Take care for now.